and bridge to the Czech Republic, the EU is weaker today. Its institutions are weaker. If I'm not a socialist, I'm more sort of center-right, but I would say that the last president of the Commission that was, I mean, a real policymaker that always knew what he wants to get from the next European Council meeting was Jacques Delors. He was the last person that really had the institution in Ordnung, that really was making policies, was drafting. When he came into a European Council meeting, I remember that the presidents, the prime ministers would walk to him. Today, when a president of the Commission enters the European Council meeting, usually he will be unnoticed, or definitely he will have to approach the heads of states and governments. This also shows you, I mean, maybe you will find it funny, but it also does demonstrate what is the weight of the European Commission today. And that's not surprising, because we have been designating the presidents of the Commission not as someone that has the heavy weight and has the skills, the ability, and the charisma to lead the institution. Yeah? Why people like, being now in London, I need to mention at least Tony Blair, why people like Tony Blair have never been considered as presidents of the Commission? Because they don't have the skills? Or because they are problematic in some respects? No. He is a heavyweight. And I could mention a number of heavyweights. The member states don't want to see president of the Commission someone that has the skills and the ability and the weight basically to counterbalance the member states. So we had Prodi, he was my boss. I must say that he used to be underestimated. He was an interesting guy. Finally, he was still quite a strong figure. During the meetings, I felt that he was asleep, because he said it was like that. We would have an hour and a half lasting debate. He would then wake up and said, okay, I don't know, let's say the topic was whether Lenovo or Toshiba, looking at you, Toshiba. So there was 9 in favor of Toshiba and 3 in Lenovo. He said, yes, and I think we have a clear understanding that it's Lenovo. And people didn't understand whether he just was really asleep or not. He knew exactly what he was doing. He was in fact quite good and firm in steering the Commission. Again, people could be confused, irritated, could find it arrogant, but at least still he had some way. So today we are living in a European Union where during the times of the financial crisis, the member states had their difficulties, they had difficulties to agree, they had a difficulty to cope with the problems. So that is the time when you expect the European Commission to provide for leadership. There was no leadership coming out of the Commission. At the same time, you designate as president of the Commission, and then the commissioners people that you more or less dispose of from national politics. With